Hello Internet, and welcome to the Acan's Call Act 1 review show. So I'm super happy that another person or persons are making and working on actively doing a dungeon crawling, fighting, sword fighting style game. Acan's Call is sort of like Vanishing Realms, although the style of artwork is extremely different and maybe a little more gritty and realistic. And thank God somebody finally put a flaming sword into your hands in VR. I'm kind of torn on whether I like the 2-button teleport system. On the one hand, it is nice and it makes you kind of more apt to walk around in your environment, and also it cuts down on you just being able to teleport away from fights and sort of cheat by teleporting. On the other hand, as a veteran Vive user, I'm pretty conditioned to already just having a 1-button teleport in the spot, like the trackpad up, and then you release it and it teleports you. The combat in this game is definitely its strongest feature and is what is going to bring people back to the game even after a few rounds. It's really, really good, and this is, what I bought VR for, was to sword fight a bunch of skeletons and have that whole kind of really feeling that you're in a battle kind of feeling. A word of advice: if you're fighting more than one skeleton, try and find somewhere where you can back up against the wall so that they don't sneak up on you. One idea I had for the game that I thought would really help this game along and the whole series along would be to create an NPC character that follows you around, that explains the story. It just feels, the game feels like it has a story. And I think in VR, having people read the story is not, it's kind of tedious. But if you just got a fairy, or even a skeleton character without a sword, or somebody behind a mask so that you didn't have to code in lip syncing and stuff, that just had a real simple follow you around AI, or had him appear and say his piece and then leave AI. I think that way in the beginning you could have it really explain the mechanics of how you can pick stuff up with your sword, and the teleporting, all of the basic controls, and then appear throughout the game and explain the story. I am just like in Half-Life 2, how the characters just sort of interacted with you. I think that would really benefit here, and it wouldn't be too hard to code. You could just steal a random skin in AI. Overall, the game is free, so it's absolutely worth checking out. But I think when more iterations of the game and more longer experience is available, that it would be worth buying. And I'm definitely going to check it out in the future. And there's just a real serious potential here. The more varied monsters you have, the more exciting the game gets immediately. And I really liked that within the first 10 minutes I fought this guy, who was epic and badass and really, really fun to fight, even though he will be but good. I think if you put some bosses and stuff in, I may have just not gotten far enough to see the bosses, but the more bosses and the more varied characters you have to fight, the better. And I will definitely be excited to see what more stuff in the future will hold. The end.